Hey gang, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo. Alright gang, today's lesson is a very crucial lesson and I'm going to show you the basic outline of how to give an offer to a motivated seller. Alright, so let's dive in. The first thing you want to do is ask the seller questionnaire form. That's the most important thing. So if the seller calls you from one of your advertisement pieces, or if you're making cold calls, or if you're knocking on the door, what you want to do is ask the seller questionnaire form and gauge their motivation level. And on my seller questionnaire form, the Dojo phone script, I have all these questions that help you gauge a seller's motivation level. So step number one is that you want to fill out the seller questionnaire form 100% so you understand the motive of the seller. What is their motivation level, what is the reason they want to sell the property, how soon they want to sell, etc. Alright, step number two is now you want to provide the seller what I call a soft offer. And in your soft offer, you want to do what I call the superhero closing. Now, if you don't know what the superhero closing, please watch my YouTube video. I have a video about how to give an offer, how to give this superhero offer to get 9 out of 10 deals if you're using the real estate investor briefcase and if you're using the realtor briefcase. But let's stick to this script right now. So step number two is you want to give the seller the superhero soft offer. And the way the soft offer and the superhero works is that you're going to provide the seller with all their options under the moons and the stars. Therefore, they have every option that any professional is going to tell them, like a realtor, bankruptcy attorney, etc. Whatever it is, all their options, from if it's traditional selling all the way to a cash offer, etc. Alright? And while you're giving these offers to the seller's going to tell you, no, I don't want this option, I don't want this option, but this option works good, that option works great. So in a nutshell, the seller's going to tell you which one of these offers he or she leans against towards. Okay? And so once you give them the second option offer, step number three is to see if you're able to create a win-win situation for yourself. And since you have two briefcases, the realtor briefcase and the investor briefcase, if the seller happens to choose one of the investor briefcases, for example, I want to do a cash offer or I'm willing to do a term, okay, then what you want to do at that time is, step number three, is to go ahead and set up an appointment with the seller, okay, and go look at their property. If you're one of my mentoring students, you want to text me the seller phone script so I can help you structure the deals very quickly, okay, to get you that deal before you go out there and meet the seller. So let's repeat this. Just three simple steps right now that I'm talking about. Number one is, you want to ask the seller questionnaire form. Number two is you want to give the seller the superhero closing. Number three, if the seller leans against one of the options that you provide in the investor briefcase, then you want to set up a time to go meet the seller and put the deal on the contract. Now, 2 points. If the seller wants to go with the realtor briefcase options, for example, normal listing, or they want to rent their house out, or if they want to do flat fee MLS or whatever, if they want to go with that option, what you're going to do is at step number two, you're going to let the seller know, hey, Mr. Seller, it sounds like you want to rent the property out. Well, let me go ahead and refer you to my go-getter broker. They do property management, and I'll have them give you a call. Okay? Or, hey, Mr. Seller, as we spoke, you told me the flat fee MLS is a great idea for you. Let me go ahead and refer to my go-getter realtor and have him or her give you a call. Okay? So, in step number two, the answer, after you give the offer to the seller, the answers they give you back, which one they lean against, if they want to go do flat, if they want to go do cash offer, whatever they lean against, then you're going to make a determination, but also a recommendation. Hey, you told me about the flat fee, here's the people, I'm going to have them give you a call back, okay? Now, there is situations where the seller will tell you, well, I'm thinking about maybe renting it out, and I'm also thinking about going with the cash offer. So now the seller's talking about two different briefcases. Now, you keep hearing me say the realtor briefcase, the investor briefcase. Some of you have not watched that video. So go ahead and watch the video how to close 9 out of 10 deals using the realtor and the investor briefcase, because they both have different tools in them that you're able to use to solve the seller's problem. And like I've been preaching since day one, you're there to solve the seller's problem. You're trying to create a win-win situation. You're not just trying to make money. And the more you're able to put that positive vibe out there, the more deals you're going to get. It's as simple as that, guys. Okay? So be a problem solver instead of just chasing the money. And all fools are chasing money. Okay? Now let's come back to the script. So at stage number 2, once you tell the seller the superhero closing, he's going to tell you which options you want to go with. Okay, if it happens to be the realtor briefcase options only, you want to help them match those options with what you have in the realtor briefcase. Refer them out to your realtor so you create a win-win situation. Okay, why would you want to use the realtor briefcase if you're not going to make a lot of money? Because you'll make a little money, but again, it's not about the money. It's about helping the seller and creating a win-win situation. You know, if you refer out to, let's say, your realtor, and the realtor makes some money, he or she may give you some money. He or she may do some services free for you because they remember how you scratched their back. How would it help the seller? Because you didn't make any money out of that deal. Well, maybe the seller's going to be happy he sold his home. He's going to remember that, hey, you, Mike, with Mr. Investor, was the one that set up the situation for him. And down the line, Bobby, his friend, wants to sell. And he says, hey, call up Mike. He's the one that solved my problem. So, you know, you're basically planting a lot of seeds. And if you do the right things, they're eventually going to pop up. It's not going to be quick or tomorrow type of kind of stuff. But, hey, I don't believe in that quick, fast shit anyway. So that's not this camp. All right, guys? We're planting seeds or we're cashing out. But either way, we're solving the customer's problems. All right, so it's very crucial that I keep repeating this. I want to make sure you understand. Seller calls, number 1. Number 2, you give the superhero closing. Depends on what the seller says. You're going to give them the realtor briefcase options or the investor. If the seller wants to go only with the investor briefcase, your next step is to roll up your sleeves, set up an appointment, and go out there. For example, if the seller's receptive with a deep discount cash offer, then you want to go with the run out there and try to put on a contract. Or if the seller is receptive to a term offer, like like owner financing, subject to a wrap, a note, etc. Again, you want to set up the time to go and meet the property. And so this is basically a zoom out of what is the processes of giving an offer, because what I see a lot of times is, what new students is, they talk to a seller, step number 1, and step number 2, they're already going out there to meet the seller. And a lot of these sellers are not motivated, so they're wasting time. So what I like to do is do step number 1, talk to the seller. Step number 2, over the phone, okay? You're not even driving out there, you're not like running comps or anything like that. You're just talking to them with a soft offer, okay, of superhero closing. Now, there's 2 parts. Soft offer, I have a video what a soft offer is, and the superhero closing is, I also have a video on that. So make sure you watch those 2 videos so you know what I'm saying when I say soft offer superhero. Okay, guys? So a lot of students that are new that I meet, seller calls and they're take the seller's information and running out there, A, to do comps and try to figure out, repairs, or B, driving all the way out there and trying to look at the house, which wastes a lot of time, energy, gas, and resources. And they may not even be motivated, or they may not, if they are motivated, they may not want to do business with you. And that's why I do the soft offer, because the soft offer allows me to see if the seller's, motivated in, for example, go with a deep cash offer, or if they're motivated to go with a term offer where they leave the note in place or they do some kind of subject to type of deal. Which the right way to do it is get the seller's information, give them the superhero closing, give them a soft offer, and if the seller leads to one of your briefcases, for example, the realtor, then you're gonna outsource that out. If they want one of your investor briefcase tools, then you're gonna go out there and your next step is to go look at the property. That way you're saving yourself a lot of time and you're filtering through the dirt and the gold nuggets, which is the key of the business if you want to deal with motivated sellers. Okay? Now guys, if you like these videos, please share, please like, please comment. This is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo. Go out there and hustle and bustle. Don't take no for an answer. Talk to you soon. Okay? Have a great day.